What a guan, what a guan. Welcome to another episode of TDI TV. I'm your host, the Dirty Immigrant. Thank you for tuning in. Hey, I got a question, or maybe it's just a comment, but either way, I'm going to say it and thing. What it is with brothers, black men dating jacked up white women. I mean, that woman could be bipolar, tripolar, quadpolar, oh, quadpolar. I'm making up my own words as I go along here, but you catch my drift. You know what I mean? That woman could be running through the Black Forest naked with a sword like Attila the Hun, talking about how she gonna cut somebody's head off and stick it in her damn front yard so that no man would ever mess with her again. And the brother would sit there and lick his lips and go, I'd like to tame that wild beast. You know what I mean? And thing, I don't understand that. You look around and you see brothers walking around with like totally off-key white women. You know? You would see them walking down the street with a white woman that look like a freaking sumo wrestler on steroids. And he's strutting down the street with his head held high. You know what I mean? And thing? I mean, the brother is so thirsty for cream in his black coffee that he will overdose on the cream. It's crazy. I don't understand it. No, here's the deal. I noticed something when I first came to this country. I was on a basketball scholarship at a small college in Kentucky. So I came here and thing, you know what I mean? And I used to have a lot of women talk to me. I've noticed that brothers, if they see me talking to a sister, they'll walk by, hey, what's going on? What's up with the deal and thing, But they'll keep going. But if I'm talking to a white chick, brothers will for sure cock block. I mean, they would start appearing, like bubbles are separating and they just pop in and you get all these bubbles around you, just like hovering around you and thing like that. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. I never really understood that. You know what I mean? And it's not like I was trying to pick up on these white women. I mean, they like my accent because back then my accent was way thicker than it is now. They're talking to me. Hell, I was a virgin when I first came to this country. I'll be straight up with you. So it's not like I was out there horning and wanted to get it on and all of that. I was just talking. New culture, trying to learn stuff. But here they come, trying to get in on the action. No, and I noticed another thing too. I noticed that if a white woman talked to a brother, the brothers assume that the white woman is going to talk to all of them. Like if a white woman is dating a black man, I used to sit in the domes and hear them, yeah, man, she like brothers, man, he think he got it made and thing, but she fucking brothers and thing, that's her deal, and they'd go on like that and thing. You know what I mean? And they would act like if these women are sluts and stuff like that. As a matter of fact, I used to see them pass some of these white girls around. I remember sitting in a dorm one time and there's this one white girl, you know what I mean? And one of the ball players called her up. Hey, bitch, bring me some, I'm hungry. That's all he said. He said, hey, bitch, I'm hungry. And this girl went to every fast food restaurant in the town and bought food because she didn't know what the brother was wanting. So she fed the whole dorm that night. You know what I mean? I don't know if the white women, those type of white women, I ain't gonna generalize, those type of white women came crazy, or the brothers just made them crazy. But from what I see, that's what was going on and thing, you know what I mean? Yeah. What always baffled me is this. They would always say that these girls are sluts. Yeah, she's a slut, man. She fucking all the brothers, But they sleep with her too. It was like they were passing these girls around. It's like, pass the chip on the left-hand side. Pass the chip on the left-hand side. Watch out for the bun. I know what you I know you all think I'm talking about smoking weed there with that song, but in the Caribbean, if a dude is a man whore and he get a venereal disease, he'll go around and ask all the women and them, which one of you give me bun? But they would pass these women around, and and then complain that the woman is a slut. You're a nasty ass bastard because you sleep with her too. You know what I mean? And thing. And this is how careful I am with all women. Let's not talk about white women. I used to hang out at a bar in this little town here, and my first question was, if I'm talking to a girl in that bar, was, did you date anybody in here? And if she say yes, bitch, you're disqualified because I ain't sleeping. I ain't sleeping like that. I ain't trying to get bun. I could tell you that straight up. No bun for this brethren. But anyway, they would label these women like that. But yet they'd sleep with them because they have this misconstrued notion that if a white woman sleep with a black man, that means she want all black men. There is that myth that once you go black, you'll never go back. I see plenty white women. Okay, in college, so many of these girls say, I only date black men, and in truth, they just date basketball players and football players. And when you check them out later on in life, they all married to a normal white dude. Every single one of them is married to a normal white dude. They didn't marry the football player. They didn't marry the basketball player. That is rare. They are married to a normal white dude with a normal job. So if, when they go black, they never go back, how come they didn't go back? It's a myth. You know what I mean? And brothers are always running around judging people, white women, like, oh, they like black men, this, that, the other. How about this, brothers? If you want to go after a white woman, go after a challenge, not the same one that all the others are sleeping with. I'm going to give you a story. And maybe it doesn't fit, but here's a story anyway, you won't get it. I was working at this place, and there was this white girl there. This Jessica Simpson look-alike wannabe chick. You know what I mean? And I was talking to another lady, and she's a white lady married to a Mexican, and we were just swapping stories because, yeah, I married a white woman, so sue me. But anyway, we swapping stories, and the white chick on the side came up and started complaining about, I don't like mixed relationship, it's wrong. It kind of perturbed me a little bit, so I told her, wait a minute, I have a mixed kid. You know what I mean? And you coming up here talking like that. And then she said, well, that's what I'm talking about. I'm worried about what will happen to the kids. So I let her know that it's people like her that's going to create problems for the kids when they think like that. That's when she said, well, I don't care, I don't care. Even if a black man paint his dick white, I wouldn't screw him. You know what I mean? Now, looking at the girl, she's very particular. Hair done, you know what I mean? Everything in proper, wanted to have plastic surgery, you know what I mean? You know what that means? That means insecurity, for straight up. That is why the negativity about people who are different. So, here's what I did. Said, oh, really? You wouldn't, huh? So, I know this might sound kind of mean and thing, but at the time I was kind of perturbed at the situation. So I decided, okay, let me drop some Caribbean game on her. Let me drop some immigrant game on this woman here. See how she gonna play up with it today. So I laid in, started writing the poetry. I started doing stuff that I know no white man ever done to her. And I started saying and doing stuff to her that I know brothers ain't doing. Because the white man is the manly man, and he's going to come and say he could do this and he could do that, and the brother is going to grab his crush and go, what up, girl? So, I started dropping some island vibe on her. Next thing I know, she moved and sat next to me. Every morning, oh, this make look, you think I'm pretty, blah, 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 blah. Insecurities, I walked on that good. You know what I mean? And for 2 weeks I did it. She's sitting next to me. And then after the 2 weeks was up, I cut it off. No compliments, no nothing. One day I'm walking across the hallway at work, and she went up to me, you a fucking jackass, you a fucking jackass, like we were dating or something. I know that sounds mean. Sometimes I like to do mean stuff just to prove a point, and the point is this. It doesn't matter the color of the person's skin. If you're getting treated with respect, that was fake respect, but if you believe that you are, it doesn't really matter. Anybody will be anybody, if that makes sense to you. You know what I mean? And that kind of shows there that people are people to a certain degree. It might not work for everybody. I'm not saying it will. But she was real adamant about not dating a black man until I start spitting tropical game on her. The dirty immigrant went, game, I tell you. But anyway, it's crazy how people segregate themselves from stuff. I would never date any woman who says they only date one race, because that means they're closed-minded. Generally speaking, I guess. You know what I mean? We got to stop looking at people as a race, a different race, and as one race, because there's only one race, and that's, one pure race, that is, and that's the human race. You know what I mean? As for me, I don't care if the woman is Asian. I don't care if the woman is African. I don't care if the woman is whatever race she is. I don't care. If she won't treat me right, I'm there. Bottom line. The point is to be happy while you live, not to be miserable because you have to stay within the constructs of some cultural bullshit. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, I'll tell you this. If someday an alien race of Martians come down and one hot Martian with her mouth on her ass decide to date me and she treat me right, I will kiss her ass every night before I go to bed. Having said that, thank you for tuning in. Remember, people, subscribe, like, dislike, comment, share, favor. You know what I mean? Give a TDI TV some props. Thank you for listening. And remember, always walk in peace, people. Always walk in peace.
Brooklyn, 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 Brooklyn.